Hey YouTube, I'm Jaseowns. Today we're going to show you how to train cartography on UO Outlands while selling the maps you make. We'll cover how to craft the correct map based on your skill, setting up counters for both blank and completed maps, and then how to sell them using an agent. Let's get to scribbling. Why cartography? On UO Outlands, cartography helps you decipher research materials, resource maps, and treasure maps. You can use this skill in an alt as it is not required to be any part of a treasure hunter build. For training, you'll want to already have around a 10k stockpile of blank maps. But to get started, head over to Horseshoe Bay. Near the bank, we're going to be looking for an NPC called Brad the Mapmaker. This is him right here. Train to 500 skill if you haven't already, and pick up 50 or so mapmaker pens. We can use an organizer agent to move the pens into a bag, and from there we'll move the bag into our bank. We'll also want to make sure that the blank maps are stored in the bank. So we're going to buy some pens. Our organizer agent, we will use 5 again. Add target, boom. Set hot bag, boom. Organize now. Now that we have our supplies, we'll want to add counters for both blank maps and completed maps, and set up both a restock and sell agent. Since we already have a blank map, we can use that to set up our agents. Go to the Agents tab, click on Restock 5, click Add Target, and target your blank map. Enter the quantity 10, say OK. We'll also want to add target and click our mapmaker pens. We'll want to grab 2 of those. Now that we have our Restock Agent 5, head on down to Sell, say Add Target, and click on the map. Make sure that it says Push to Disable here, so you might need to click it once or twice depending on what your state is. That way when we sell, it will automatically sell. The next thing we'll want to do is set up our counters. Head over to Display Counters, click Add. Here we'll add blank maps first. We can click Target and then click the blank map. That will fill in the item ID and color. We'll want to name these blank map and format blank map and click OK. And then we're going to add another one for a used map. So we'll click Add and we'll retarget the map, but we're going to change the color to 2669. And for the name, we'll say used map, format used map. Click OK. Make sure that we scroll down and actually click the checkboxes on these so they get counted. Blank map and used map. Okay, creating the script. You can follow along by creating a new script or taking the train cartography sell map script from GitHub. A link will be in the description and in a pinned comment. We've covered these requirements earlier on here, so we should be good. I have a note that's saying if Brad's no longer here or if this changes, then you'll want to change line. Anyway, as far as the script goes, we first want to make sure that we've hit our max skill. I'm only going to train to 100 here. You can change this to 120 if you want to keep going. The FindType of a human is 400. So I'm just trying to say, hey, make sure that you're standing near the guy in Horseshoe Bay. If we have any used maps currently, we're going to try to sell them to Brad the Mapmaker. We could have used vendor sell to sell them, but I prefer to stay silent and sell by interacting with the menu context. For that, we use the menu, the serial of Brad, and 2. Menu responses are 0 index based. So if I click on Brad, you can see that 0 would be open paper doll, 1 is buy, and 2 is sell. And then I want to make sure that we have maps, right? So if our blank map count is less than 10, or we don't have a pen and ink, let's run the Restock Agent 5, which targets ourselves, which should grab out of the bank. If we don't have any ink, we need to replay because we're out of ink. If we have 0 blank maps, we don't have any blank maps, we can't do anything. And then we make sure that our skill check is correct. So if we have less than 50, train at the vendor. If our skill in cartography is 75, and we have blank maps and ink, Gump close, overhead city map, declick type the pen and ink in our backpack, wait for Gump 94, 90, 95, 101, which is the crafting Gump. I went into the details about the crafting Gump in a previous video about blacksmithing. If you're curious, be sure to check out that video. But as a review, when you open up a crafting menu, the first item is 100, the next starts at 200, and the third is 300. So in this case with maps, we're going to do Gump response 100, and then based on our skill, choose 101, 201, 202, or 203. And with these loops, I'm trying to say, just keep making maps while we're in this skill bracket and we have maps, else go to the next one, else go to the next one. Once you're out of maps, this script will repeat, attempt to sell, and craft again. Let's run this real quick just to make sure that it's working. Play. It's repeating to myself that I have no blank maps. Why might this be? As you can see, I do have 10 blank maps. If you ever get stuck with a script that's not working correctly and a counter is involved, always double check your display and counters tabs to make sure that the counts show correctly. To give you an example, I happen to add blank maps and blank map using the same info. Blank maps and blank map have the same ID and same info. Well, the counter agents will only count one. So we want to make sure that we delete or disable the one that we're not going to use. And then we'll do a recount and it will correctly show the totals. Now that we fixed that issue, let's hit play again to see if it works. Play. Train at vendor, because I only have 100 skills. So let's train to cartography, and he wants 500 gold. Okay. As you can see, we're trying to make city maps. Gain my first 0.1 skill. Out of maps, does a restock. Created a map. And let's make sure that our cell agent works. Selling to Brad the vendor. I got 1 gold back. Alright. Alright, there you have it. A training script for cartography. And there you have it. A training script for cartography that won't litter the streets with your used maps. Let me know in the comments if you liked it, loved it, hated it, and what you want to see next. Don't forget to check out my other video. It's so hard being YouTube. Like, I don't know why I have to do this in every video. Don't forget to check out my other videos, share with your friends, and smash that motherfucking like and subscribe button. Peace.